Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where we are just gonna get ready. I have a full basket of things here in front of me that I am in the process of reviewing. So I'm just gonna be doing my makeup, trying to get ready, and I'm gonna answer some of your questions that you asked me on Instagram. There's some really juicy ones in there, so if you're interested in that, let's get cracking. I'm not going to be really talking that much about like what I'm wearing, while I'm wearing it, all of that, but I will link everything down below in case you're interested in seeing like what I wore, what shade I am, what was that palette, what was that lipstick, all of that is going to be down in the description box. And I will also put if I have any codes for any of these brands. Some of my codes and links are affiliated, meaning that I earn a small commission if you use them. And if you do, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I'm going to be using this foundation today. Well, you can't see anything. The Huda Beauty. I wanted to review this. I bought it because I haven't tried it. I've been enjoying a lot of things from Huda Beauty. I think this will be a good shade, but this actually seemed a little dark on me when I was trying it out. But I do actually have quite a good tan right now, at least on my body. I don't know about my face so much. So I'm going to see how this one is. Yeah, I think that this will be a good shade on me to match my shoulders. Now that I have a little tan. I got this one in Latte, so I think this is going to be a good one. Let me actually zoom in a little. It's a little thicker than I thought it was going to be. I don't know what I was suspecting, but it's a little thicker than I thought it was going to be. But it's definitely full coverage. We'll see. Okay, there is a bunch of questions, and I don't know if I'll be popping up the questions or if I'll just like talk in general, because I did get a lot of questions about like the same things. And if I find any that like matching, because I did some screenshots, I'll pop them up. But like I'm choosing the questions that I'm choosing because I had a more than one person asking about like a similar thing. And of course, a lot of people are asking me, what's going on with Cinch? Are you doing any more releases? Like, what's happening? What's the future releases? And also, I had my friend Karen Harris asking if I could talk about Cosmoprof. Well, actually, she just said Cosmoprof. So what should I be talking about? So if you didn't know, I'm going to do a brief synopsis. I started my own beauty brand. I love indie brands. Indie brand is my absolute passion. I try to do as much indie makeup reviews and indie makeup like showcase on my channel as possible. I think this video is going to be a pretty good split. Probably more than 50% is like indie brands, but I love indie brands, and my love for indie brands made me start my own indie brand. So I have an indie brand called Cinch Beauty, and so far we have one release, which is a brush set, and I have some of the brushes right here. I will be using them later. You can see these are very well used. It's always linked down below. And I went to Cosmoprof not as like a YouTube creator, but as the owner of Cinch Beauty, because I wanted to know more about the business. I wanted to meet more people, and I wanted to like see future innovations, packaging. Cosmoprof is a big beauty convention. It's hosted all over the world. I was to the one in Vegas, and I took Samantha March with me as a Cinch Beauty assistant, which was pretty funny. But like, again, we were there with Cinch Beauty and not as like influencers. It is a place, I think as you're watching this video, my vlog is probably up, and I will put that down below. But this is like industry secrets, so you're not allowed to take any pictures or film anything within the actual convention, because it's about like finding people for packaging, finding people for machinery, even if you're having a factory, but also like ingredients and manufacturers and everything you can imagine. I talk more about it in the vlog in case you're interested in hearing some more thoughts about it. And I wanted to expand my knowledge and my contacts within the industry now that I am looking to hopefully expand my brand, and not crazy expand, because that's not, oh, here's my concealer. Not crazy expand, because that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to do few but very thoughtful releases of stuff that I believe in, that I think are really good. And like I said, my first release was a set of eye brushes, because I feel like sometimes it's really hard to find the perfect ones, especially if you're looking for synthetic brushes that are actually like good quality and emulate how a natural bristle brush actually works. And I'm very proud of the brush set that I did. And sometimes I think that people understand that like developing products, and especially with like color cosmetics and stuff like that as well, like finding your own formula, because I don't want to do private labeled. It's not my journey. It's not what I want to do. I want to have my own things. I am very particular with what I like and what I would like to put out. So it takes a really long time to develop something for yourself. And I think that like people understand that it's not a 2-week process, but it's really long process. It's a really long process. And of course, like the more you get into it, the more you can have several projects running at the same time, which is what I'm doing right now. After Cosmoprof, I'm able to have several different projects running simultaneously, like next parallel to each other, I should say, so that I can plan several launches for, let's be honest, the entirety of next year at the same time. And I feel very grateful that I'm in a position where that is possible, but it also takes a lot of time. So that's why, for example, like I'm gonna be using some things here that I haven't been able to use yet, and like some of the things have already launched, some of the things are literally launching tomorrow as I'm filming this. I'm falling a little bit behind. And I'm gonna have to get used to the fact that when I'm devoting this much time to Cinch, I just do not have 60 hours a week to put towards YouTube. I just do not have that, because like yesterday I was sitting at after 9 o'clock in the evening editing reels, and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm working really, really long hours right now, and I think that I need to sit down with myself and just be like, so how many hours a week am I gonna put to Cinch? How many hours a week am I gonna put to YouTube? And just try to be honest with myself, like how much time do you actually have? Because it's not indefinite. That is something that I've definitely learned. It's not indefinite, but I am hoping. I do have samples being in production right now, and some samples that I have worked for quite a bit, and I have had to do some changes to the last batch of samples. And if those changes end up being good, I will be able to have another launch with Cinch Beauty this year. And that is my goal. I want to have another launch with Cinch Beauty this year, and then hopefully next year I can have more than 2 launches, I should say, because that will be my second launch for this year. So it's not as easy as one would think. It takes such a long time back and forth, and also like production time. It can be anything from a month to 2 months just to produce the product after you have like approved the samples, and you have the packaging, and you have everything set up. Like there are so many things to this that is just more than I like this, because you just don't explain to someone what you like and then they make it and then it's all like done. It's such a long process. And this is not me complaining, this is me explaining, because I'm gonna be honest, I love it. I love each and every one of these aspects. I don't know how to love about this bronzer though. I'm using the BH Cosmetics bronzer. I feel like it's a little bit too pigmented, and it kind of sits down where I put it down. I will say the highlighter and the blush in this compact though, oh, they're so beautiful. I even brought them to Vegas. They're absolutely stunning. If you have been eyeing them, I definitely recommend those like products instead. This bronzer, I don't know. I like the cream bronzer more than I like this powder bronzer, but I do at least think that I'm like matching my shoulders a little bit more. But yeah, I'm definitely hoping to have like more stuff somewhat soon, but it's taking, even like I knew it takes a long time, because like I've done collabs. I know that a collab takes usually more than a year, around a year or more than a year, from like planning processes to actually like releasing the products. Like I know it takes a long time, but like when you're the person that needs to come up with like blueprints and like everything yourself, it takes even longer, because there's like some work that just has to be done before you release your first product in the category. And it's very time consuming, but also super, super exciting. And like, I can't talk too much about what I have planned because some projects might fall through, or like, also like, I kind of want to keep it to myself until I'm like ready to like actually show you. But I am excited for the future. I am excited for what I'm able to do, and I am excited for the vision. For the vision that I have for Cinch Beauty. I am super excited. I usually don't show myself doing my brows, but here I am, I guess. I use this blonde brow, almost like a powder to cream product. You can see it's very light, so it just creates a little shadow. Look at how used this is. I really like this one. It's from Rare Beauty. So this is a blonde one. So it just creates this little shadow behind my brow hairs because I have really long brow hairs. They're just a little sparse, so I just want to create this shadow behind them so that it like looks a little bit more believable. I'm still trying to use this product from BH Cosmetics. This is a Mega Hold Laminate Brow Gel, but it's like a lip gloss packaging. I don't know if you saw that video. I did a video that was like dead beauty brands, and I was using this for the first time. It's kind of a good product, but it's like a little weird of like how you're supposed to get it like on the applicator. I don't know about the packaging of this one. And I mean, that's one of the things that were super exciting about Cosmoprof, because if it's one thing that I learned from Cosmoprof, it's that anything is possible. Absolutely anything is possible. What kind of packaging do you want to have? What kind of colors do you want to have of the packaging? How do you want everything to look? What kind of products do you want to produce? Like, anything is possible. And of course, like some brands or like some factories or some manufacturers, they don't want to work with like super, super small brands because they might have like, oh, you have to produce at least 20,000. Because like we saw some manufacturers of like some really big, like the big brands that you see at Sephora, we saw them as well, and just being like, that's not who I'm after, because they don't want to work with a small brand like me because I cannot order that many. I cannot afford to order that many, because like when you order something from the factory, it's not like they're giving you an invoice that you can pay after you sold the product. No, they want to be paid before they start producing. Sometimes before, sometimes a little bit like they will divide it, but the main factor being you have to pay for the product before you get it. So you have to have that money at hand, and that is you investing your own money into a product that you're just hoping you're gonna sell. And that's the scary part, and that's also sometimes the reason why indie brands or smaller brands sell out super quickly out of something. It's sometimes the reason is that that's all they could afford to buy, because like they can't buy more than the money they can afford to lose. It's a little bit like gambling. So I think I'm gonna be using some of this, like I really love this cheek palette. I will link it down below like I said, but I think I'm gonna do lip liner first. I got someone asking like, is there something, I'm trying to figure out, maybe I'll use this liner. Is there something that I'm like recently have discovered that I like really miss from Sweden? Because I am Swedish, but I'm living in Austin, Texas for a couple of years while my husband is doing his postdoc here. I miss finding products that aren't full of sugar. Every American product, even products that you don't think are gonna have sugar in them, have sugar in them, like tzatziki. Or like plain yogurt, which is not plain here because it's sugary. For me, as a Swede, it's super weird why some things have sugar in them, because it really doesn't need sugar. Like, it doesn't improve the product. Like, sugar doesn't improve tzatziki, quite the opposite, actually. Sugar doesn't improve plain yogurt. I would argue quite the opposite. So I would say I do miss not being able to just go to the grocery store and buy something and not worry about how much sugar there is in it, because me and my husband do find ourselves reading the back of the products way longer than I would want to at the grocery store, looking for the option that doesn't have sugar in it. Like, we spent half an hour trying to find a salad dressing that did not have sugar as the second ingredient. Why is sugar the second ingredient? I do not understand. It was really, really hard to find. And as a Swede, that is a problem that I just did not have before. So that is something that I do miss. Grocery shopping just isn't, it's already not my favorite, and now it's just turning into quite the hassle. So I actually got these in the mail yesterday night, and these are the new liquid lipsticks from Lisa Eldridge. I did buy 2 of them. I bought the Velveteen liquid lip color, and I bought it in Dragon because you told me that I needed Dragon, and then I also bought it in Fawn, and I kind of think we're gonna do Fawn today, only because that one is a neutral, and the Dragon one is this like rusty, beautiful, like rusty orange, but I'm gonna be doing a very, very bright eye look today. So I think that this one, the Fawn, will just work better with it. But look at this Dragon one. Oh, I don't smell anything, but yeah, definitely, of course, we will be using that one as well. But today we're gonna be using the one that's Fawn. Really like the component. Oh, it's super light. This formula reminds me a lot of the formula that Charlotte Tilbury just came up with. Very liquidy, matte, like glidey, moussey, blurry formula. That's really pretty. I even think I should maybe have done an even lighter lip liner, but here we are. Ooh, I actually got a question asking if I am going to the next Creators and Friends. Do I not try the pink today? Let's actually try the pink. I normally don't do pink blush, but I really like the formula of this palette. So the next Creators and Friends event is actually they're doing a Christmas party in Vegas, like a Christmas, like creator Christmas party in Vegas. And at first I wasn't planning to go. Ooh, this is actually really sheer and beautiful. And at first I wasn't planning to go, but now I think I have changed my mind and I actually think I might go. So I think I am planning to go and attend to that event as well and just hang out. And the main reason, first when I saw that, I was like, no, I can't do that because like it's December. Ooh, so it's December and I am always going to be super busy in December. But then I realized I've actually decided myself, and maybe this is me telling you, I am not doing Vlogmas this year. Because Vlogmas is quite a lot of time. Like Vlogmas is you working 7 days a week from early November until late December. And I, quite honestly, don't think I want to do that this year because I think I want to work a little bit more on Cinch instead. And I also, and this is just personal reasons, because one of my goals for this year quite literally is that I want to have a better work-life balance. And as you heard from my previous statements in this video, I have, ooh, that is light. I have not been doing the best with that. That was my goal for this year. I'm guessing it's going to be my goal for next year too, because clearly I'm doing pretty okay. I mean, I did take 2 weeks vacation this summer to go with my husband to Europe to meet family and friends and just, you know, be off work a bit. But one of my goals for this year is a better work-life balance. So I have decided that there's quite a few things that I would like to do for me, for myself during this like holiday time, because I love the holidays. Christmas is my favorite time of the year, and I'm like, wait, I want to do these things and not have to just be like knee deep in work. So I think what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna like upload as usual, which is still 4 to 6 times a week, but I'm not gonna commit to uploading every day of the week. And maybe I'll do like a, did I just lose a bristle here? Yeah, maybe I'll do like a 12 days of Christmas instead and just do like, I don't know, 12 days in a row, and maybe we'll do some giveaways because I have quite a few press samples here that I've gotten from brands that are either duplicates or stuff that I didn't get to, and maybe I can do some more mystery boxes because I love being able to give you stuff like that back. Okay, I'm actually going to be doing something really bright today. Okay, first of all, let's talk about eyeshadow for 2 seconds and then we'll jump in. These are the new singles by Cleonide. After I filmed this video, I will be filming a swatch video where I swatch these. I thought I missed the release of these, and then I realized that I didn't. So I do a video where I'm swatching all of them, and in that video I will also include swatches of the new Lethal Cosmetics shadows. There are 2 different collections in here, so I thought I'd be using maybe one of each of those collections on my eyes today, just to see how they are on the eyes, because I have been using actually one of those Lethal shadows already on my eyes, and I want to use some of these. Look at this. This is the 2.0, Bright 2.0 by Beauté. I am still preparing, as you can see, as you can tell, for my big like battle of the rainbow palettes. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time because I realized I have quite a few rainbow palettes. Nobody's surprised. I have quite a few rainbow palettes, and I want to make sure that what I'm doing for that video is like swatches, and that I've actually like formed my opinion on like this palette that is like new. So give me a little grace to get that video in order before I will film it, but it takes a little time. But we're gonna do something super bright today, and we'll use some of those shimmers from the other palettes. That is what I'm thinking. So I am thinking that since I'm not doing Vlogmas, I could go to that like party in Vegas, because like I can meet some friends, I can have some fun. I'm excited, and I've talked to some friends that might be going as well. Maybe we can share a hotel room. Quite honestly, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be fun. Do I want to have a red? I'm already struggling of like what I want to do. Trust the process. Trust the process with this one. So that is actually the next event that they are doing for the Creator and Friends. And yes, I am contemplating going to it. The next event that they're doing a trip to New Orleans, which is gonna be April, right? April. And I am actually already signed up for that one as well, and I have paid the fee to go as well, because these aren't brand trips. These are creators, friends, creators that are friends that go on trips together, and like we pay for stuff unless somebody comes in and wants to sponsor. But I have already made the payment, and I am super excited, and I'm not gonna be the one that like talks too much about it. I'm gonna leave that to the people actually creating these things, which is Simbri and Samantha. But yeah, I am definitely going to those, and I am super excited. And I'm gonna leave it like this. I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Another fun thing that I'm doing, and okay, someone was asking me about upcoming trips. Another fun thing that is happening that I think I haven't talked about this. I might have talked about this to my members, because I have a member, like a little member Zoom meeting once a month, where we chat about life. And I think I shared there that I am going to Disney, at Disney World in Orlando, and I have never been. Fun fact about me, one of my favorite things in the world to do is go on roller coasters, or go to amusement parks, or go on rides. I am fearless. I am the one that always convinced my siblings to go climb even higher up in trees that they were afraid of. I was the one that always wanted to go faster and higher and do all those dangerous things. That I was a wild kid, and I still have that like vein in me. I just love stuff like that. I dream about one day being able to bungee jump. I also want to try parachuting. So that's also like some things that I like. One day I would love to do something like that in my life, and I really hope that I would be able to. So I've never been to Orlando, so I am going with a group of friends, and we are just gonna have a good time. We're actually gonna do all 4 Disney parks, which is, I mean, I've never been to Animal Kingdom. I've never been to these places. I am so excited. Like, you have no idea. Again, trust the process. This will be worse before it gets better. Okay, so I've blended I blended a little bit more on the edge here, and I think I'm doing okay. I think I had, and this is a me problem, never cleaning my brushes. I think I might have had a little brown pigment in this one before I started blending. So that is a me problem, a me fault. Oh, that is stunning. So stunning. Anyways, we're going to Disney. A big group of girls. We're staying at the Animal Kingdom Hotel, the one that has like a safari in the front, but we're staying in the back. Okay, that makes it sound that I'm like literally staying in like the basement, but no, we didn't book one of those super fancy expensive rooms. But I am super excited about like what we're doing and what we're seeing, and I've never been to Epcot and I've never been to Animal Kingdom, and I'm just so excited to see the Star Wars thing again and go on rides and eat snacks and just have a good time. And I've really tried hard to like plan things with both me and with my husband, and just like I can't work all the time. Like I need to do stuff that's like fun as well, and just enjoy life and just have fun. And that's also like for me, someone has asked me like, how do you keep like productivity up, and like how do you keep yourself from like not losing steam throughout the day? And this is probably from me being in like more like corporate world, because I worked with that for 8 years. I worked in like an office environment, working 7 to 4 each day, and just, you know, doing that kind of a work. And we had like, you know, you have a lunch break, and I have a lunch break every day where I just disconnect from my work, and I sit down and I eat some nice food, and I play one game of League of Legends TFT each day, and I really enjoy it while I like eat my lunch. Actually, I actually did cheat a bit, because I actually did play a game now, eating like late breakfast, which is like, it was late breakfast, early lunch, but I was so hungry before I was gonna sit down and film this video. So I was like, I'm gonna take my little break now instead. So I played a game of League of Legends, and I actually got gold 1. I advanced up to gold 1 during that game, and I was like, look at you, Angie, just being an absolute superstar. So I felt excited about that as well. That was super fun. But yeah, I feel like I allow myself to take more breaks now, where I like, you don't have to sit and work through lunch. Like, life is short, and sometimes we have to do fun things as well. And I cannot wait to go to Disney with my friends and just, I don't know, enjoy myself. Like, I'm so excited. I really am. And I've been playing during the evenings with my husband. We've been playing Diablo as well, which has also been like, so much fun. I was gonna say you have no idea, but you probably have a really good idea, but like, I absolutely love it. I'm trying to find a good brush. This one. I'm gonna do a little purple now. So maybe this one. I wonder how this is gonna be. Do we have faith in me pulling this one off? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. But yeah, the next Creator and Friends, I'm super looking forward to that one as well. It's gonna be so fun. Oh, and something else I also did, speaking of the trying to do more things for me, like work-life balance. I told my husband, go ahead and book a couple of restaurants for us to enjoy this summer, so that we don't end up just working this entire summer away. So he went in, and we went to, I don't know if you follow me on my Instagram, but we went to this restaurant that was called Siena. That was an Italian restaurant. We went there for our anniversary, which was super fun. And then he also booked some other restaurants for us. Oh, that turned out a little bit too aggressive. So we're going to this other like Japanese restaurant in, I think, well, while I'm filming this, not this weekend, but the weekend after. I don't know exactly when this one is going up. I'm gonna do the blue now. And then he also booked, there's this new Greek restaurant that's open in Austin, and they had a really long wait list. Oh, that is so pretty. And so he booked that as well, and we're going there, I think in August. I'm super excited about that as well. Well, he booked 4 different restaurants. And first I was like, oh my God, 4 restaurants. And then he was like, no, we're doing this. Look at that. We're doing this and we're enjoying this and we're gonna take some time off. And he's right. We needed this. We needed to do something for us. So yeah, I've been able to like just have that to look forward to as well. And yeah, that was my goal for this year, and I'm gonna do some white, and it's probably gonna be my goal for next year as well, because as you can tell, I love my job. I really do. And that is the reason why I do it so much. Because like when you enjoy something and there is like no limit of like how much time you can spend doing that thing that you love, there is a risk that you will end up spending all of your time doing it. And then eventually you can burn out, even though you are enjoying what you're doing, because like those things just sneak up on you. And I would hate to burn out on this because I enjoy it so much, and I would hate if that would change. Is it a little sloppy? Maybe. I feel like it's looking pretty good. I tried to take it down as much as possible to get this to be like super dramatic. I feel like I succeeded. Okay, let's see if we can put some of these on. I don't know exactly what these are called now, but I will put the name of these down below, of course, so that you can see like which is which. So we have these from Lethal, and then we have these from Cleonad, and I need to figure out what I am doing. Am I doing something fiery on the lid? I kind of want to do... Is that okay? Can I do this one? The one that's like a peach here? I kind of want to... It's like a peach orange. I'm doing that one. We're doing that one. It's happening. Someone wanted me to talk about the lack of exciting new releases, but I really am not the right person to talk about that because... Oh, that is so beautiful. Because I think there is so many good, fun releases right now. And I mean, that's the reason why I'm so behind on my like filming, because there's like more releases that I want to talk about than I have time for. So I am definitely not the right person to talk about that, because I think releases are super fun right now. Not all of them, of course. I mean, we all saw that lackluster Pat McGrath palette that just got announced as I was sitting down to film this. But overall, I'm kind of enjoying what's coming out on the market right now. I ordered that new Give Beauty blush yesterday. I've been loving the Give Beauty cheek products, and I am super excited to be trying those out. I do think though that like it's if this isn't your super passion, if this isn't like your burning passion, if you don't think about makeup all the time, I can totally see why eventually everything just starts looking the same and you just kind of lose interest in it. But I still love makeup. Like, I think about makeup all the time. All I want to do is play with makeup. I'm trying to find a good brush for this. All I want to do is play with makeup. All I want to do is just do makeup all the time. Like, there's literally, if I could choose, I would just sit down and do makeup all the time. And unfortunately, there's so many other things that I have to do as well, like tax documents and mails, and I literally have a meeting in 3 hours that I have to attend to. Like, there are so many more things that go on behind the scenes of like being a YouTuber that I think that people are not like aware of, that just is taking up so much of my time. But at the end of the day, I just love makeup so much, and I wish that I could do it all the time, every day. I kind of want to do, if I can be like really precise, I kind of want to do a little bit of this yellowy one as well. Maybe a little bit. I want to see what it looks like, because it actually looks a little bit, yeah, a little bit with a green hint. Will this work down here a little bit too? Oh yeah, definitely. Look at that. I'm very excited. See, it's pulling yellow up here and then green down there. Oh, I just love topper shadows. They are so amazing, magical, so easy to work with. Like, honestly, they're the best. Okay, so let me figure out what I want to do on the lower part. Maybe, I want to have something that's like blue to purple. Maybe this one. Ooh, yes, that is blue to purple. Do you see that? Purple to blue, and like almost green. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of that on the lower lash line too. And my battery is dying. Let me fix that. Oh, there's some sparkle in there too. Look at that. Okay, so like here. Oh, that is pretty. Okay, I'm gonna put on some mascara and just finish this look up. But I also saw someone asking if I could talk about the time that I spent working as a makeup artist. And I only freelanced a bit as a makeup artist for a couple of years and quickly realized that it wasn't for me, because at least not what I was doing, the jobs that I was doing, it just wasn't. I didn't think it was fun. I mean, some people, they get into makeup and they get into being like, and I know this from talking to people who work as makeup artists today, they get into that job and to that area because they want to make people feel beautiful. They want to like make people feel like the best version of themselves and stuff like that. I want to be creative. I mean, you can see my makeup today. I want to be creative. I want to have fun and doing others' makeup. And I was doing some work for print. I was doing mostly, actually, the work that I did was for live TV. And people just want, the bare minimum. And it didn't bring me joy. And I was doing some bridal and I was doing some like more photo shoots, but it was still just very there, not there, neutral makeup, which there's nothing wrong with it, but it did not bring me joy to do that. And I always felt, why are people so afraid to try something new? And I mean, I get it, for live TV, maybe it's not this isn't the best look, but honestly, why not? Why can you not try something different? Nobody wanted to try anything different. People kept asking for a natural look like Kim Kardashian, which is, first of all, not a thing. She does not do natural makeup, she does neutral makeup. So it's just not very fulfilling, honestly. I really like the people that I met and the people that I work with, and I work with some really fun, honestly, like celebrities doing their makeup for live TV. I had a lot of fun with the photographers that I worked with, but it wasn't super fulfilling, and I didn't do it a lot, and I definitely did not do it for a long time. It just wasn't super fun. If I'm gonna be honest, it just wasn't super fun. It was not for me. I want to do more like inspire you to try out new things. So yeah, I don't even have my kit any longer. Like, I got rid of it. And I sometimes do makeup on friends if they ask me and if I have time. If we go out, or like if they are heading to something. I even have a friend here in, like a neighbor here in Austin, that I've done her makeup twice because she's been invited to some like themed party and she wanted to like have a makeup that fits that. And since she literally lives a couple of houses away, she's been by here so that I can help her. And I don't mind that because that is fun. Like, she was invited to a neon party and she was like, could you do something neon? I'm like, that's fun. Like, that is what I want. That is fun makeup. Where is my powder? Can't even find it. I'll use a little bit of this. I just want to have something that's like a little bit more matte here. I feel like I am a little bit too shiny. I don't love that. Okay, a little eyeliner, and then I'm gonna do lashes and we'll be done. So that is the finished look, and I have to say I feel very pretty and very fun and just energetic. Like having something like this on my face, on my eyes, just brings me joy. And if I'm ever having a down day, you've seen that before, I tend to play with some color and just makes me happy again. So thank you so much for being here and watching this video. If you left a comment on my story on Instagram, thank you so much. Even if I didn't get to yours, because I did get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of questions, so I wasn't able to get to all of them. I'm very, very sorry. I tried to pick the ones that either I felt like I had a fun answer to, or the ones that was like the most frequently asked. But I really do enjoy just sitting down, catching up, talking about like what you're interested in hearing about, and also just using some makeup that is not like necessarily first impressions or dedicated reviews or anything like that. I would like to film more videos like this, so thank you so much for being here, for watching them, because when you're here watching them and when you leave a comment and when you leave a like, that lets me know that this is what you would like to see in the future. And I really do enjoy filming these. And yeah, I hope you're having a good day. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you again really soon again in a new video. Bye!